I wish I could see you in person, but we'll be able to do that soon. So we have over 50 ETFs in the inaugural year of the ETF program. And our situation now is somewhat parallel to what it was a year ago. Last year, we had 32 extension ETAs as we were waiting for most of you, last year's ETAs, to be able to come to Taiwan. At that time, the program had been suspended by Fulbright Washington, and we had to have special permission from Fulbright to have the 32 extension ETAs participate in the program. This year's situation is much the same, with an unknown start date for the ETA program. Though we hope it will come soon, we cannot be certain when the border will be opened for our new Fulbright grantees and for other foreign teachers, scholars, and students. So we're glad that you're here and that you'll be able to participate fully in the program. This new ETF program differs in some ways from the extension ETA program of the past. First of all, you are not Fulbrighters, or you are no longer Fulbrighters. This is a joint or cooperative grant program of the Ministry of Education and the Foundation for Scholarly Exchange. So it's not directly under the umbrella of Fulbright, though of course it's closely coordinated with it, and you'll be working together with the ETAs and with your local coordinators and advisors. And while most of you were Fulbright ETAs this past academic year, this is not a requirement of the ETF program. A few ETFs are not former ETAs. The process of selection for the ETFs was open and competitive. The ETA team made their selections based on reports from local coordinators, TEFL advisors, or other supervisors, and your applications. As you go into this now full year of partnership with your schools and communities, please bear in mind that this is a true partnership, a sharing of equals. And my hope is that, like the Fulbright program, this gives you an opportunity to build stronger and deeper relationships with your schools, with your communities, with your co-teachers, with Taiwanese friends and colleagues, and having that cultural and social connection is at the heart of what we do. At the same time, we're supporting Taiwan's bilingual education goals and doing our best to represent ourselves, our country, in the best way that we can, celebrating our individuality, our diversity, our openness, our generosity, our friendship. So really glad that you're here. Looking forward to connecting with you in person this fall, and wish you all the best for a fulfilling and exciting and meaningful year in your schools and communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nadeau. So besides Dr. Nadeau, we have another person who worked closely with him to make ETF program happen. So let's welcome Kelly.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Nadeau. How's everyone? Good? You can tell me you are not good. It's Monday morning here and a Sunday night at your side. No blame, no blame. I hope I can see everyone's face, but the screen is so limited. I only have a few minutes I only have a few minutes, but I have a lot to say to you. And I think first of all, I have to say that thank you very much for bearing with us for this very struggling time. I talked to Dr. Nadeau. I feel it's like a world war, similar, very similar. And we are facing a more difficult world every day. And I say this to you and say this to myself as well. I think we need to become a fighter, a very courageous person through this difficult time. So I appreciate all of you, each of you, including our fantastic team, our coordinators. Can you wave your hands? I have to say, we didn't take any break, no vacations. I'm not complaining to my boss right now. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay. And our wonderful advisors. Advisor, wave your hands. I think I am still here because these wonderful people around me. Or I think, actually, I'm thinking about retirement every day. So I'm very happy to see you, and I was trying to recite the script I should say to you, but I'm not good in English, and I think you understand me very well because we are on the same boat. So I think in this very difficult time, the only thing I like to ask from you is flexibility. Yeah, because I'm thinking about all different ways, all possible ways every day. When people like to ask me why, I like to ask myself, why not? So that is try something different. We have to get through this. I have found this more difficult every day. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. What will happen this week? I really don't know. What will happen next minute? I really don't know. So I'm glad that we have a very strong backup. Our boss, Dr. Nadeau, he always encourages us. And I think we can get through this. And so you can always receive our announcement about doing this, doing that, and we are always online. Think about different ways of working things out. And it's quite, I shouldn't say exciting, but it's indeed a very creative, challenging year. So I want to see the smile on your face, okay? 可以吗? Okay, so instead of showing you the PowerPoint, I pick a nice photo of myself, but I think I'd rather to see all of you better. And so I like to introduce our new coordinators. Since we have so many coordinators, I really wanted to introduce you some new coordinators so you can have some wonderful relationship when you are in Taiwan. So first of all, I'd like to introduce, who shall I introduce? Miranda. We have a new site in Southern Hualien. Okay, this is my day. 校长，我等一下打给你哦，不好意思，不好意思。They always call me when I'm online, so I suspect there's a CCTV here in my room. Okay, Miranda, she will be in charge for Southern Hualien since we have a very big Hualien area. So she's wonderful, and her hometown is in Hualien, and she knows, I don't know, everyone there or something like that. Okay, so yeah, I think we are very lucky to have Miranda with us. And next one we have Jessie. Jessie from 嘉义。Jessie 有看到。Yeah, Jessie is for our 嘉义 program, and we are very fortunate to have her too, because it's kind of competitive when we had a selection of the program coordinators, and we try to find the best we can. And I think Jessie was a teacher as well, English teacher, right? Yeah. Okay, great. So I feel very confident that they will do a very good support for you. And next one is Jessie. Sabrina.
Hi, I'm Sabrina.
Sabrina, hello. Yeah, Sabrina is, I should ask you to guess which site Sabrina is in charge of. Pingdong, yeah, Pingdong. And Aaron, you had a good guess. And, so Sabrina is wonderful. She worked in Aboriginal schools before this work, and I think she is very passionate and finding the houses in Pingdong for you. All of the coordinators, they were finding the good houses for you. You know, I feel like I become real estate agent. I can read through the photos they send to me, and then discuss with them. And who else? Ray from Pingdong, 那个澎湖 Ray.
Hello, I'm Ray.
Ray, I cannot see the full face of you. Hi, Ray. Ray is from Penghu. She was born in Penghu, grew up in Penghu, and studied in Penghu. So she knows a lot of nice places. Some private scenery spot in Penghu. We really look forward to see Ray in Penghu sometimes when things come down a little bit. Yeah. So those are our 4 new coordinators, and we also have several coordinators in northern Taiwan. Let me quickly go through them, because we have some expansion in Taipei, the northern Taiwan. So we have what's her name? Help me. Shelley from Taipei. Raise your hand. Shelley.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, great. And the other one is Benjamin.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. 还有另外一个
And there's me, Crystal.
Crystal.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, Crystal, yeah, great. 我看到你了 Crystal, yeah. See how wonderful they are, right? Are you excited to meet our new coordinators? I think they are the best, and we have done all the trainings with all the information we have. And so now it's 48. I have 2 minutes. I still want to show you some slides we made. Jody, can you share that? Zhikai is sharing it. Okay. Kevvy 没有哎 ，Kevvy
是我用 Kevvy 的账号。那个，等我一下。
下一张，这个是没有的。I have 1 minute to go through it very quickly with what I just said. Okay, but I think this PPT is so beautiful, made from the administrative team. So I still wanted to introduce. We have a lot of heroes behind the scene. 下一张。So we have Sonia. She's a training specialist with the local English teacher, and then we also have Kevvy. Kevvy is the lead advisor for the advisor team, and then we also have Fonda. She's the regional manager. Since we have a new program in the south, it's the training program for English language teaching assistants. And we also have our superwoman, Ariel Pong. Where's Ariel? Ooh, we have the same color outfit today. Okay, and Jody. Jody, you haven't met Jody. Jody is very good with technology. And next page. This is a very boring graph, but I think Jody made it very beautiful. Next one. Those are our shining advisors team. You cannot wait to see them. You really cannot. You know, each one of them, they are wonderful. And you will only meet one of them today. And I don't want to occupy the time to introduce them because Kevvy will show them. I shouldn't say show them, show off next time when we have enough time. And next one. Okay, so we have two bigger projects. So some of the activity, we will do the regional site activities. Next one. So when you are reading your very complicated chart for the training program, you have to distinguish which group you are at. And Kevvy will instruct you for that. Next one. And we have a lot of wonderful people in the Taipei office as well. The most closely you've been in contact with is Charlie. Charlie, I think she already become the baddest from MOFA or FOCA because she called every day. When will the folder open? When will the folder open? And then we have Cherry. Cherry is our financial director, and then she has tons of expensive form and the budget to do. And then we also have Kevin, Eric, Shirley, Chloe. Chloe is the one who needs to book and arrange all the flights and the hotel for you. So next time when you come by the office, please feel free to say hi to them. Next one. Okay, here are more staff, a lot of work for the people who are going out to the States. And now I think it's okay for the Taiwanese to go to the States. So that team is very busy now. So they are wonderful people as well. So I hope you have a chance to meet them. Since you are second year grantees, you have more chance to see those people. And I would like to pass on to Kevvy. I think he has a lot of very detailed instruction for you. So the entertainment part's already over. You guys take out your pens and the notebook, okay? The class started. Okay, Kevvy?
Before we do that, just to conclude this introduction, I also want to express my gratitude and thanks to the ETA team. As Kelly said, there hasn't been a day when they haven't been hard at work adjusting to a shifting situation. You know, the COVID pandemic has affected everyone. I think for you grantees, you more than anyone, as you were impacted at home in the States, and most of you in your final year of college and so on. But the pandemic has also affected us here, and trying to do the best that we can to make this program go forward. And I'm just really grateful to Kelly and all of her team, as she said, all the wonderful local coordinators and all the work that everyone has done, the Taipei team, in making it possible for you to be here. So I know we ask a lot of you, and I know that sometimes it seems that we change some announcement or some dates or some assignments, and we just really appreciate all of your flexibility and understanding. So thank you to all of you, and especially thank you to Kelly and the team. Okay, Kevvy.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Nadeau and Kelly, for your brief opening. And today, before we start talking about the video project, I'd like to introduce our program for this summer. I know the chart is very complicated, so that's why I want to quickly go over maybe the first week for you guys to see how you can read the chart. So you can see the first day is now, right? So we have our session for today, and then you can see a link here. So every time when you are ready to join the training session, then if you forget where the link is, you can always go back to the chart and you can click it. And then for some of the sessions, they will be held by the coordinators. So if you see, oh, okay, this is coordinators or FSC Google Meet or site Google Meet, you can ask your coordinator for the link. And then you will discuss or do some activity together in a small group. Okay, so most of the link here you can see are for a bigger group for the whole summer orientation training.
Kevvy, can you speak louder? Maybe it's
okay,
I cannot
sure.
hear you well. Maybe other people can, but I cannot.
Okay, is that clear now? Okay. So so this is August 2nd. So for tomorrow, on Tuesday, we will have another session from AIT, and also Dr. Nadeau will give us some brief introduction of the ETF program. Okay, so in the afternoon, you can see we divide you into a small group, and then you can talk with the ETF in your group, and then you have the chance to talk to each other closely. And I also want to go back to Monday. Sorry, I forgot to mention that there's a Google Classroom session. So for this session, actually, you don't really need to log in any Google Meet online conference room. You just go to the Google Meet. We have added you into the Google Classroom, and then when you get on, you will find there's a assignment for you. So basically, it's pretty simple. You just write down the stuff that you think based on the questions. So there will be 2 questions for today, and then you just log in and see what they are, and then respond through Google Classroom. You don't really have create anything. We have created a template for you on Google Classroom. Okay, sorry, I think Ariel wants to share something.
So Kevvy, you can go to the next page. We can tell them how to read the different colors.
Okay. So because this chart is very complicated, so we kind of like shaded the grays to make you understand what it is. So basically for the blue one, it's related to the school visits, school announcement, and other things related to school. And then for the red shaded one, it's related to the COVID and meetup schedule. So if you are going to move in or you are going to change your hotel or something, you can see the red one is related to that. And then for the yellow one, it's related to the NKNU Chinese class. So remember that last time we had like some Chinese teacher teaching some like interesting classes for us. So this summer orientation, we still invite them to give us more. Okay, so you will see them. And then for the green shaded one, it's related to our advisors workshop. So we will have several sessions for that. And for the orange one, so it's related to the cultural topic. So we also invited some of like local people to talk about Taiwanese culture and also like some related issues. So the last one, the gray one, is the links for you to join the online synchronous sessions. Okay, so if you have any question about the schedule, you can ask your code at any time because I think they are familiar with the chart already. Okay, so without saying too much, so now I'm going to pass the microphone to Dejah, who is our advisor this year, and she was our ETAs in Jinmen and Taipei before. So let's welcome Dejah.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Dejah, and I'm one of the advisors, as Kevvy just said, and I'm going to be sharing my screen with you guys. I'm going to talk about the video project that you guys are going to be working on during the month of August. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, so can you guys see this okay? Yes, I think so. Okay, so I'm going to briefly go over the ETF video project that you guys are going to be doing this month and next month. I'm just going to introduce it today, and then we're going to talk about it again on Wednesday. So if you have any questions about it, we'll go over it again and have Q&A on Wednesday. But just to give you guys an idea about what it is, the basis of this project is for us to create a collection of EFL videos for ETAs, EFTs, and LETs to use in your classrooms. So we're going to be putting all of these videos that you create on one platform, probably a Fulbright Taiwan YouTube page. So anyone with the program in Taiwan is going to have access to them and be able to watch them and use them in their English classes and their lessons. So we think this is a great way to create some materials that can be recycled and reused throughout the years, especially with more online learning or including like technology and videos in the classroom. So we've come up with 4 different topics that we want to focus these videos around. And those topics are CLIL, Classroom English, Festivals or Culture, and Storytelling. So we're hoping to have a diverse array of videos that are going to be a part of this collection. So in a little bit more detail, the general criteria for these videos is that they're going to be 5 to 8 minutes in length. They're going to cover one of the 4 topics that I just mentioned. We want them to have English subtitles so that they're accessible to everyone to make sure that the audio is clear. We also want to make sure that they're filmed horizontally because these are going to be part of a bigger collection, a set. So we want to make sure that they all match in some way so they look like they came from the same place. So we're going to ask that they're filmed horizontally so they can also be shown easily in a classroom screen. And lastly, we want to make sure that while you guys start to think and brainstorm about what topic you might want to do, remember that because these are probably going to be on YouTube, we don't want to infringe on any copyrights. So if you're already thinking about songs you want to put in your video or other kind of pictures or images or TV shows, just remember that they will be probably on YouTube. So make sure that you're not infringing on any copyrights when you're creating your video. And we'll talk a little bit more about this later when we actually get into the video editing and video creation part. But what's first? The first thing that you guys are gonna do is you're gonna choose your team and your topic. So we're gonna actually have 1 to 3 people per team. You can choose your own team. And yes, you can work independently if you'd rather make your own video by yourself. Although I will say, if you choose to work by yourself, just know that you're gonna have to do all the work by yourself, so it might be more tiring in the long run, but you do have that choice if you want. I also wanna say, please choose a team within your site. So if you're a Taipei ETF, make sure that you're working with other Taipei ETFs. We want to make sure that you're staying within your same site, or at least within your same region, but I can double check with Kevvy on that. And for the ETFs in America, the same thing goes for you for the 6 in the States. You can choose up to 3 people in your group, or you can work independently, but we ask that you guys work together as well. And so what you're going to do is, once you've decided on your group that you want to work with, you can start to decide on which of the 4 topics that I just mentioned your group might be interested in making a video on. And then on Friday, the 6th, this Friday, we're going to send you a survey, and one person from your team should fill out the survey, report who's in your team, and report which topic you want to do. But only a maximum of 8 teams are going to be able to pick each topic. Because we want to make sure that we have a variety of videos. We don't want all of the videos to be about storytelling or all of them to be about culture. We want to make sure that there's a variety of content. So only the first 8 teams who click on that specific topic will be able to get it. So it will be first come, first serve. So on Friday, please make sure that you're watching closely for when we send out this survey, and make sure that your team gets in there really fast to make sure you get your first choice. Okay, and just to give you a little bit more idea about the 4 topics, I wanted to give you some examples about what those might look like. So when I say CLIL, Content and Language Integrated Learning, the idea for these videos is that they'll be able to be used in any kind of CLIL classroom. So CLIL classes usually are teaching content of a certain subject like geography, science, art, music, PE, and we're using English to teach that content to a certain degree. So if you're going to be creating a CLIL video, we're asking that you choose some kind of content that you might want to introduce in a 5 to 8 minute video, and just kind of introducing it in English. So an example of that might be main geography introduction, talking about geographical features in maybe your home state for grades 5 to 6, or photosynthesis, I can't say that word, in under 5 minutes for grades 3 to 4. Or like I said, it could be about music, something you might teach in music class or PE class. So have a lot of fun with this, and there is a lot of flexibility. So don't feel like it's too rigid. But just to clarify, a CLIL video is not talking about your experience teaching CLIL. It's creating content that could be used in a CLIL class. And then for classroom English, this could be something like greeting my friends in English class for grades 1 to 2, or the polite way to ask a question in English class, grades 2 to 6. Or you could do something a little bit more related to daily speech, so maybe common English idioms, any kind of video that a teacher could use in their class to give their students some kind of daily or classroom English. Festivals and culture. Again, this one's probably the broadest one. It's very flexible. You could talk about any kind of holidays that you celebrate, festivals that you've been a part of, or something unique to your culture that you want to share with your students. So this is very open to interpretation. You guys can be really creative. Just try and stay within one of these 4 topics. And the last one is storytelling. So this one is the one that you want to be most careful about infringing on copyrights. But basically, this is something that you can have a lot of fun with and kind of do your own version of reader's theater, where you could act out or tell a story to students using a video. So again, copyrights, you may not be able to show the actual book picture. So this means you might have to get creative when it comes to acting out or telling it. You could draw your own pictures as well. And you could use very classic stories that everyone knows, like maybe the rainbow fish, if you give a mouse cookie. Or I could also encourage you to use the Fulbright stories that have been written in the past. ETAs in the past made those little storybooks. You could act out one of those as well. So you can have a lot of fun and be very creative with this. And all of these are very flexible. We just want to make sure that there's a diverse amount. So we're only going to let 8 groups pick each of these topics. And if we end up having over that amount, like if there's more people that there's no topics, then we can start to fill it in later. Okay, so that's just a general introduction. I'm going to go over more what will come after this on Wednesday because we don't have a lot of time today. And we're also going to do Q&A for this project on Wednesday. So you can start to think about what questions you might have, and then when we meet on Wednesday, I'll go over again what will come next, and we'll do the Q&A. So that's all I'm going to say for now because of time, but thank you. And I can't wait to do this project with you guys. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So thank you, Dejah. So do you guys have any questions for now? Because we still have some time.
Kevvy, can you introduce the session after this one? Because if possible, maybe they can move into the next session earlier so they can have more interaction with their cohort.
Sure. So after this session, for the next session, your coordinator will introduce the site for you. And for some ETF who join the same site, probably you don't really need that, but I think your coordinator will arrange some activity for you for sure. So after you finish the next session in the afternoon, we have Google Classroom session, right? So actually, I set up a week for you to complete the task. So you have a lot of time. So actually, you are pretty free in this afternoon, but make sure you complete your assignment because it will influence your leave. If you don't really finish it on time, then your leave will get deducted for 2 hours. So make sure you complete it. Okay, you have a whole week to do it. So you don't have to complete it for this afternoon, but if you want to, I would suggest you just do it. And then you complete it, and we will reuse your answer in our workshop. Okay, so that's for today. So any questions? If no, I'm going to let you guys to take a rest and go to your coordinates link to talk about your site.
Kevvy, I think we should set up a time because our schedule is a little bit different than what we've been scheduled for. So can you announce a time that they can go into their next section?
Okay, so probably
because coordinators are here.
Yeah, so how about you take a 10 minutes break and then go to your site link. Okay, so you need to come back at 10:21. It's odd number. Okay, maybe 10:25. Is that okay? Okay, go to the bathroom, use the bathroom, and then also drink some water. Okay, so we will see you guys very soon. So bye.